I got a call on the stick from Mr. Hale early in the morning on September 10th, 1910. And Mr. Wright was lying right there in the bed, dead.
I got up early with Harry to deliver the potatoes to market, and I was going to go stop by the Wrights to see if they would install a telephone down for business reasons. Because I knew that Mr. Wright didn't want a telephone, I was going to ask Mrs. Wright to soften him up, you see. But he didn't need no softening up, however.
Dead as a rock in a creek on a Saturday with the wind blowing to the east, rope tied right and tight around his neck. I could have roped a 2,000-pound stallion with that thing.
I asked, what happened, Mrs. Wright? And she said that someone tied a rope right around his neck and choked him while they were sleeping. How could someone do that? Something was more crooked here than a $3 bill.
I arrested Mrs. Wright on the account that she was the only one present for the murder, and she was acting, queer.
They're saying I did it. And why would anybody say that? The perfect murder for me. No, she was caught, she did it, and she needs to be put away. It's my job to keep people safe from her type. Vote me in the next election and I'll make sure people like her and any other barman who dare mess with this county gets put in jail.
What do you mean that bloomin' saying she deserves to be put away? Why, I knew Minnie Foster when we was little. She was always of a sweet disposition. Right? He was the most hard-nosed son of a goat I knew in my life. You sure we should be talking about Minnie here? Maybe he deserved it.
Well, I did hear that Mr. Wright wasn't too kind to Minnie, but that's really none of my business. I haven't been around that long.
We brought Mrs. Hale along because Mrs. Peters was a bit scared, you see. Women and their frailty. If we had found any real evidence, one of them would have guessed up a good faint.
A good fate? That's what he said?
Women have proven to be, by natural law, inept for these matters. Best leave it to the men, ladies.
You didn't tell Mrs. Hale that the sheriff and the attorney said that, did you?
He said what? All right, I'm calm. Those men wouldn't know a piece of evidence from a piece of horse cripple.
A few things did seem a bit odd at the right place.
For example, the house cleaning wasn't done, everything was left half done.
Her stitching got erratic on a piece of quilt.
What does that have to do with anything? That just goes to show that Mrs. Wright doesn't know how to take care of a household. Hardly a piece of evidence. Don't know how to take care of my own home? Why, I never.
But Minnie did know how to take care of her own home. The men wouldn't notice these things because they weren't looking. She was nervous about something. Didn't you notice the broken lock on the birdcage?
The birdcage's lock was broken clean off.
Wait, what?
The lock was broken?
Mr. Wright killed Minnie singing bird because he didn't like it. It was the only thing that gave Minnie some joy in that blooming household. Here's your evidence, you blood-sucking parasite. I can visit Minnie in prison.